This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Minns.
Sonny had not prayed in 6 years. It was not a crisis of faith, it was a drift. He held on to internal beliefs of the afterlife and a recognition of the world beyond the visible. For whatever reason, be it laziness or defiance, he had not and would not set foot in the mosque. He would sit under the lights of Broadway and wonder if his decision to step back from faith was having repercussions within the souls of his parents. They had both passed on, and only they knew the true extent of his decisions. In life they guarded his positions on matters of faith with an iron rule, and now that they were gone, they no longer were around to criticise. Their silence was deafening. He noticed that he had spent an awful amount of time dwelling on these matters of late, and it seemed to always be in the same spot, under the fluorescent lights of the Hilton Hotel, on the rank, waiting for a customer. And that was the night he entered the cab. A grey hoodie and a surgical mask, covering his mouth and nose. Sonny was wary that he had COVID-19, but the man, huffing and panting as he took a seat in the back of his cab, stressed that he had only had a cold and was worried about spreading his minor infection. "Just drive!" the man yelled, after a brief debate about the nature of his illness. Sonny did as he was told and put the car into gear. He took off towards the financial district. "No!" protested the hooded man. "Take me to Central Park." Sonny rerouted the car and indicated accordingly. The ride would be 5 minutes in length, but that would be enough for the memory to last a lifetime. "Have you ever had COVID before?" the hooded man asked. "Not yet," said Sonny. "Not if I can help it." The hooded man chuckled. His panting had subsided. "I don't blame you, man. It doesn't go well for people who get sick in this country," he said. Sonny nodded. He kept driving in silence, but the man was eager to talk. "They say get insurance to cover yourself. Have you ever heard of this? Always good to cover yourself. That's what they say," the man continued. Sonny kept quiet. The man appeared to be eager to speak his mind rather than to engage in a dialogue. He leaned forwards towards the separation glass. "What good is insurance if they won't pay out? You know what I mean?" the man continued. Sonny just nodded. "Hey, can you hear me?" the man asked. Sonny turned his neck to glance at him. He was reminded of the surgeon's mask and was annoyed at himself for not closing the window to the barrier when his last customer had exited the cab. "I hear you, man. What is it you want me to say?" Sonny asked. "I want to know what you think." "About what?" "About insurance in this country, medical insurance. Have you got it, man?" Sonny nodded. "Everyone has it in this country," Sonny said. "You need it." "That's right," said the man with a beam. "You need it. Everyone needs it. It's vital. Can you imagine getting sick without it?" Sonny shook his head. "It's a death sentence. Now tell me this. Can you imagine life with it?" Sonny was confused and made this apparent when he looked at the man in the eyes through his rear vision mirror. "I'm serious," the man continued. "Do you know how many claims they reject annually?" Once more, Sonny shook his head. "Let me give you a little insight, my friend. My mother paid insurance her entire life. She believed in the system. Both her and my father did. So a year ago, my father got cancer." "I'm sorry," Sonny said, interrupting. "Thank you," the man said without breaking a beat. "So he gets cancer, and the insurer won't pay out. They delay his claim by 6 months while they decide whether or not to grant it. That's 6 months my father went without treatment. He died 2 months later. The letter approving his treatment arrives 2 days after his funeral." "That's horrible," Sonny said. "That ain't the half of it. When they find out he had died, you know what they did?" Sonny shook his head yet again. The man sat back in his seat and removed a pistol-shaped object from the belt underneath his hoodie. "They arranged to bring litigation against my mother for taking them to the conciliation for a determination on his claim. They sued her for 6 months' worth of associated costs defending their decision. They claim he was always going to die, so she just wasted their resources." Sonny began to swerve the car. He was not watching the road, and he almost swiped a cyclist. "Hey man, please, put the gun away," Sonny pleaded as he pulled his cab up to the curb. "Don't stop here, I said Central Park," the man instructed. Sonny put his eyes on the road and accelerated, wanting to end the journey as quickly as possible. "People like those who run the insurance companies, they don't deserve to live," the man said, admiring the weapon in his hand. Sonny drove on in silence. The man was eager to continue the conversation. "Did you hear me?" Sonny had heard words but did not understand them. "I said people who run these companies, they deserve to die." "No one deserves to die," said Sonny instinctively. He instantly regretted giving such an honest appraisal. He had momentarily forgotten who he was sharing a cab with. "What did you say?" the man said, leaning forward. He didn't put the barrel of the weapon through the opened window, but he could have if he wanted to. Sonny was unable to speak. He couldn't perform tasks under the threat of violence. "Stop!" the man yelled. They were on the outskirts of Central Park. Sonny didn't realise the journey had concluded. The man pulled out a wad of cash and placed it through the window. He exited the cab and began running into the park, into the darkness, into the night. 3 hours later, Sonny was sitting in the 8th Street precinct watching the video that was captured on his dashcam between himself and the mystery passenger. A murder had occurred seconds before the man had entered Sonny's cab. Sonny was thankful that his passenger had chosen a different fate for him rather than the one he had allegedly delivered to a bystander moments before he had entered his vehicle. Sonny could not help but be struck by the first image that appeared on the video thumbnail as it sat on pause at the exact moment before the man got in. It was Sonny in mid-contemplation, thinking about his return to faith. Sonny decided that tonight would be as good a night as any to return to the fold and re-engage in the eternal questions that he would seek answers to for the rest of his days. He would return to his community. He would return to the mosque.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.